Sheriff Traficant was in a plane today, scouting the Coitesville area from the air, while his men staged raids. No specifics given as to locations yet. The target was one of 5 organizations making and dealing in drugs. The deputies dug up more marijuana plants, of very low grade, but Traficant charges they were being grown by the Outlaws motorcycle gang so that they can manufacture angel dust and other dangerous drugs.
What we were looking for, though, and what we had to move prematurely on, was one organization of the 5 that was targeted that's involved with the Outlaws, the famous motorcycle gang that's, you can see some of their paraphernalia in a corner. They had a .30 caliber, fully air-cooled, fully automatic machine gun. This is mounted on a tripod, and it was the major protection gun of their so-called fortress on the south side of Youngstown. Now, we got the major apparatus of it, and we're very pleased with that. But we still have under investigation 4 other places. There will be warrants for 2 men associated with the weapon that are associated with the Outlaws. To us, that was significant, and they were hoping that it will start to put a little bit of pressure on these people on the south side of Youngstown. People are afraid of them over there, and we're trying to do what we can. I think everybody is. So finding the weapon is, to us, we feel it was an accomplishment.
Sure. The sheriff was angry, though. He claimed that a Youngstown police officer tipped to the Outlaws the pending raid, causing the sheriff to miss an important drug laboratory. And he charged that an article in the Vindicator last night telling where the raids were planned today resulted in other crops and drugs being destroyed or moved. The sheriff says if he can get the proof he needs, he will file charges against the police officer responsible. Bill Applegate for Newswatch 27.
Traficant refuses to reveal the identity of the Youngstown police officer, but says he plans to file charges against the individual as soon as he confers with Youngstown Police Chief John Lynch. Traficant says he has evidence supporting his claim the policeman tipped off members of a burglary ring responsible for ripping off the Hills Department Store and Sparkle Market in the Lincoln Knolls Plaza and a Boardman residence. The officer was allegedly paid up to $250 to tell the burglars when the sheriff's sting unit did not have the operation under surveillance. The sheriff says his information comes from a statement signed by a principal member of the burglary ring who is now sitting in the Mahoning County Jail. Traficant says another individual involved in the theft ring is known to be a hired killer. The sheriff refused to reveal their identities as well, claiming it would jeopardize their lives.
The welfare of some people, not only in this area, but people who have fled this area fearing for their life.
All right.
That's all I could say.
I have a follow-up.
Okay.
There are already people who are saying that you are slandering the Youngstown Police Department simply because you are not identifying the police officer who you are making these allegations against.
Okay.
Now, why can't you tell us who that is and what evidence you have to substantiate it?
The allegations are made against the Youngstown Police Department officer were not made prior to today. What I'm telling you here is now, there is a signed statement from the major principal of this burglary ring who has told us the name of the city policeman and the activities that were being undertaken for pay with that police officer.
Traficant would say he believes the police officer received his information from a Mahoning County deputy. The sheriff says there is currently an internal affairs investigation into that aspect of the case. Despite the security leak, Traficant says the arrest of one suspect broke up the ring and more arrests are likely. For Newswatch 27, I'm Mona Alexander.